So today is going to be a little different. I'm just going to be doing some tourism in Bratislava, the capital of Slovakia. And best place to start it off will of course be Bratislava Castle right here, or Bratislava Castle. You can call it what you want, it's your preference. Pressburg is I don't know if it's the original, it's the German name. And I know the city used to be majority German up until, I don't know when, but it definitively was majority German for part of its existence in the Austrian Empire and Austro-Hungarian Empire. So I'm gonna go inside, walk around a little bit. They got lots of tour buses that come up here. This is very, very touristy. I can literally hear English being spoken when I was back there at like a little cafe or something. I'm sorry I look disgusting and homeless right now. I just got back from Ukraine. I have spent a day and a half traveling in transit. My hotel won't let me check in yet. So I have to wait till 2. Pretty much every place here said that, even in hostels were telling me I have to wait till like 2 or 3. So I just said, all right, can I leave my bags here? They said, yeah. And then I did that. Now I'm here, gonna walk around, smelly and homeless looking, to look at stuff with you. I don't actually know the history of this place whatsoever, so there will be no insightful information coming from me unless I hear it here first. Well, looks like I'm not going inside. That's unfortunate. It says it's open daily, but clearly not. Interesting little courtyard. I think this is the first time I've gone into any of these castles here in Europe. I kind of went into one in Lviv, but I'm gonna count this as my first time going to a European castle or palace, whatever. Let's see what this is all about. It looks like people can go downstairs here, so I'll do that. Well, not exactly insightful. Maybe this was originally a Roman fort? I don't know. Oh, here. Transferred stone gate. All right, there you go. That's all the information you'll get about this place. It's nice, probably be nicer if it was open. Even with everything pretty much closed in the inside of the castle, there's still a decent crowd up here because of the view. Nice arches, I guess. Let's see what's next. Some more old stuff here. Couldn't say what it is. I'm guessing it's a reproduction or replica. I guess that's what that word means. I don't know. But there you go. Some old looking stuff. Nice view too. Well, looks like the garden at least might be open and playing music. Somebody is.
No, you didn't knock it down.
Oh, there's a bunch of people in traditional clothes The lady stopped me, I think, because they were singing or something. I don't know. Interesting. Very interesting. Something about doing these videos in Europe rather than where they're traditionally done, which is a lot of places, feels borderline cringy. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But I don't know if there's gonna actually be any interest for these kind of videos, especially from the audience that we've cultivated, as small as it may be. I don't think this is, you know, the normal shtick, but we'll see how they do. This is a really beautiful church. It's a really nice view from up here too, like the old style looking houses right here at the front with the brown and the green, I guess, roofs. Now I'm just looking at a tree, but I definitely think this is a really beautiful city, and maybe one that not as many people come to as probably should. So Bratislava is a pretty beautiful place. This is still, you know, a place that's pretty new to me. I haven't been here for more than a couple hours, and like I said, my hotel won't let me check in right now, so I am gross. But it's got amazing views. If you come up here to this castle, it's very, very beautiful. You can see that. You can see off to here to the river, the Danube, or Danube. It's really nice. Highly recommend. So far, give it a 8 out of 10. Well, anybody watching the videos for the last, I don't know, few months could tell you I can never pass up a good museum of Jewish culture. So let's see what this one's all about. I don't know what that is, but I can tell that's Hebrew. Smart. See where the front desk is. Oh wow, this one's really nice. This is very nice. Very, very beautiful. I know during the Austro-Hungarian Empire, Austria, or even before that, Austria had a huge, huge Jewish population in its empire, which this would have been part of. Mercedes typewriter, fastest type in the entire world. I could be wrong on this, but I think that's a mezuzah, which is a box which has a piece of the Torah in it, which I think blesses the inside of a room. So you put it on the outside of a building or a room and it blesses everything inside. But I could be wrong on that. Somebody correct me if I am. It looks like this part is probably going to be where it gets into more modern Jewish history in Slovakia, which of course would include the Holocaust, or Shoah, that's the word I was trying to think of. But you can see on here, the Jewish population used to be pretty dense in a lot of Slovakia pre-Holocaust. Obviously now it's much reduced. Not just because of the Holocaust, which is a huge reason why people aren't here, but also because Israel a lot of people left to go live in the new place for them. Underground here, there's a crypt for some Jewish people. If you're into Jewish history or Eastern European Jewish history or Ashkenazi history, definitely a place worth coming to and visiting. If you're in Bratislava, obviously it's the only place probably of the kind here to go and visit, but there's probably plenty of other Holocaust related things about town, just because of the fact that Slovakia was made a puppet of Germany pretty early, like 38, I think, 1938. But now on to the big church. Judenpreisburg. Oh look, there's a lot more Jewish stuff here. Okay, so if you're into Jewish history, there's even more. Adolf Duke. So these are the old city walls. Pretty impressive. I'm sure they've seen some battering and some more in their days. So during the Austro-Hungarian part of this city's history, it actually fell under the Hungarian auspices because Slovakia has a huge Hungarian diaspora, particularly along the southern, bottom part of it, and formerly in an area that is now part of Ukraine, but it was Ruthenian and Hungarian mix. So they had a lot of Hungarians, so it kind of just fell into them. But there was also still obviously a huge German presence and huge Jewish population, which kind of went hand in hand because a lot of the Jews grew up speaking Yiddish as their primary language, which is very similar to German. I wish I didn't look dirty right now. So I don't know this definitively, but I'm going to assume Slovakia is predominantly Catholic, and Catholic monasteries is another tradition of the channel. So, boom, we do this. We do this. So, could be wrong, but if that is what I assume it is, that is the flag of the Knights of Malta, which used to own the island of Malta, the country, but it was taken, I think, by Napoleon. I think Napoleon is the one who took the island from the Knights. Then the British kicked him off and the British just kept it. But it is considered sort of a country, just doesn't own any land. It's a very weird niche thing that if this is what it is, you should 100% look into that because it's very interesting. I'm not going to speak on it because I'll sound stupid and say things that are wrong. But yeah, yeah, it is. It is exactly that. And maybe I'll go in there and talk to these guys. But actually, I think they were on the border providing aid for the Ukrainians when I crossed from Uzgorod into Slovakia. So, interesting. There was no one in there. I couldn't find anybody to talk to about the Knights Hospitallers, the Knights of Malta, whatever you want to call them. But oops, I did again. Oh, that's cringy. I found another monastery thing to go inside of. So let's do it. Cathedral Part 2. Let's see what's inside this one. I couldn't figure out the other one, so try again for another part 2. Part 2, asterisk, the real one. There's a rope here. I can't go in this one. There will never be a part 2. I've given up. The Catholic Church does not want me in their buildings. This is extremely beautiful. I really like this area. Look at that. Not a lot of foot traffic, surprisingly. I guess it's not an extremely large city though. But a lot of tourists, a lot of people, a lot of Australians I've met so far. Interesting. I'm sure this building at one point belonged to the Austrians. Yeah, here's an Austrian flag overlooking it. I don't think that's their embassy or anything. Maybe it is. I doubt it. Doesn't seem like it is an embassy. But this seems like it's probably where their government is. I see two guys who look like they're playing soldier out front. So let's go see. So I'm gonna guess that at some point this was an Austrian guy's palace or something, and now it is their government building, or where maybe their president lives, or prime minister, I don't know which they have, lives maybe. There's a guy who looks like he'd be like Secret Service or something over there. I don't know. Cool though. I like the gates. They're gold. Very nice. Wonderful. An official EU building with the Ukrainian flag up next to the EU flag. I don't know when this video is going to come out. It's going to be a long time from right now when I'm making it. So maybe the war is already over, maybe not. Either way, Slava Ukraini, Heroyam Slava. Hopefully we've won by the time this is out anyways. Or Ukraine has won its war.